But now let's get right into the land of Dawn. The Midseason Cup 2025 has been an interesting story to tell. EWC continues to provide us with high-quality games here live in Riyadh. Oh, that's first blood!
That's first blood already. Going off, Boxy might be another kill. He gets stunned. He's going to have to go ahead and go back to base. Man, how many times through MSC groups have we had our split screen and then a first blood happens?
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised that OP died like that, right? I don't see any battle spells being used. I think maybe Yums actually... No, he didn't. He took his... He took the title strike. Interesting. All right, I think this is why we're going into that tech pause. It doesn't make any sense that OP would die in such a manner. There's no excuse for that.
Yeah, very, again, I'll still stick with it if that is the case of what happened, because it looks like...
it looks like Detective is the one who's calling it. Yeah, it should be an audio tech issue.
Yeah.
It looks like it is an audio tech issue more than anything else.
Yeah. I know both sides have been kind of dealing with this, so hopefully we get things settled out here for our players, of course, in this very important match. You want to go ahead and get the best, start to this best of 3 as possible, but the fact that OP went down early on like that is... It's not, I still don't want to say it's too bad. Okay, we're jumping back into the game because I still stick to my stance of even if Farsa goes 0-3, we've seen it before. You could still top the damage meters. You could still be very valuable here. So hopefully they adjust quickly from that, because I do expect SRG OG now to go ahead and punish with the fact that they've been able to pick up an early kill.
I mean, talking about early punish, right? With that early kill, it's great for Stormy in particular, but Yums is the one who actually finds the first blood. So that's a huge gold injection for Yums, which is, I'm not going to lie, a little sad, but hey, Conceal is still a very powerful tool, and even if you're able to gain gold to speed that up, it's always a plus point for SRG OG because they want to snowball, right? Every kill within the next 6 minutes of this game is so valuable.
Okay, early action still up here. Boxy's with Wadu, but how many people from SRG OG are up on top? They gotta watch out. Level 4s aren't completely online yet, but they'll go ahead and make their way to set up for this turtle.
And it doesn't look like they're gonna go for the level 5 rush this time around. In terms of the emblems, I'm seeing a lot of pull yourself togethers from both sides, right? Mainly coming in from CFU.
Ooh, they're going right for OP again, and the Mountain Shocker gonna be used. OP falls, but there's the response. Sakai's goes down, and now CFU has control of this turtle. Can they actually secure the objective? We have some rotating up here to join the fight from Innocent. Wadu trying to buy some time, delay it out, and CFU's forced off of the turtle. They bought enough time, though, to go ahead and contest for it. Feathered Airstrike going to be dropped down. They burn out a Flicker, and now still fighting for it. Innocent gets called up back to the gold lane as Sakai's makes his way. So CFU, how do they approach the fight? Wadu up front, Boxy not level 4 yet. Cram will keep him at bay, and Detective is just going to patiently wait there, try to go in, but it's already secured. Turtle goes in the hands of SRG OG.
Yeah, Detective, he's not going to risk it right now because SRG can basically fight forever. Just Cram and Yums alone with the duo of Dyrock on top of this Kalia is making it tough.
Oh, Yums! Yums will be taken out by Zing!
What?
And OP, oh, he's actually going to be able to escape and live. He gets away just with the wings by wings.
No way, that could have been a double kill for sure. SRG really needed it, but this is a saving grace for CFU as they take that lead back. Again, every 50-50, if they trade equally, CFU Gaming is technically on the winning trade.
And I'm so surprised, even after that turtle take, they end up fighting it out in mid, but we're still at this pretty much even space, but Zhang getting a kill is great for him, especially, I don't think he has his Sky Piercer just yet, but maybe he rushes, what is it, Hunter Strike and then Sky Piercer for most Grangers?
Yep, for most Grangers is Hunter Strike and then into the Sky Piercer. The early damage from the the early damage and most importantly the passive coming in from that Hunter Strike really helps because it's so easy to proc for someone like Granger. With the Rhapsody, you already get like a bunch of shots off, you just need to land a couple of them and maybe even weave in an auto attack, depending on how many skill shots you hit, then you get the immediate movement speed.
How should this lane be anyway for Innocent? Isn't this a really difficult lane to be on a Ruby and going against a Granger who has obviously a range advantage against you?
No, because your sustain is so ridiculous, right? As long as there is a wave, Innocent can basically go from like 50% of his HP back to 100 in a single wave, and that's pretty annoying for Zing, but what is he really going to do about it, right?
Yep. I like this too. You see, with most Kalea games, they're forced to take 3 Purifies for CFU Gaming to deal with those setup potentials from either side, whether that's Yums or Innocent later on even. And down to the traction pull. So for this, the Turtle's going to be up second one of the game. Both teams getting a position for this one.
Hunter Strike already completed for Sakai's. This next Turtle is going to be interesting. Oh,
Wadu, will he survive this? He does have to jump on out. Pops the Concentrate. It's going to be fine. Goes and regens up. Buff's going to be secured there. So CFU, they'll go for this Turtle. It's going to be started up by SRG. They have complete control right now, but Yume's going to be jumping on into Boxy.
Oh!
They want to find Sakai's, and they do. They find the perfect mark, but Cram gets one as well, and Sing firing off into the back. Cram will get the Turtle, and it looks like SRG will win this battle. It's a triple for Cram on the Dairoth.
beautifully played by SRG, OG, and also CFU. Boxy, as well as Wadu and Detective all have the same mindset. We take out Sakai's, there's a good chance we win this fight. Look at this engagement. Great coming from Boxy, locking them all down with Wadu to kind of slow and set this up indirectly, but Innocent makes a play of his own. With the I'm Offended and also the taunt catching 3 players. Oh, well done. Well done for both sides.
Hey, you said it earlier, Gideon. You know, the combination with that I'm Offended and then having the Dairoth there lines things up also perfectly just for him to go ahead and pop out this damage. So now that he's got 3-0, look at him. He's just 1v2ing completely fine. Rest of the team's going to now jump on in. There's the Tsunami Slam, setting things up for Cram, but Cram respects that OP is here, and they're forced off, but Zing goes down. It was a 2v1 in the bottom lane.
Oh, that makes so much more sense. I was falling for the smoke and mirrors. I was like, what the heck is Yume's doing? Why is he trying to go for a Tsunami Slam? He just saw Cram use the Abysm Strike anyways, and then the attack down on bot side. So CFU's attention really pulled to the initial big ult and big resource utilized. So a very nice feint by Yume's.
Yeah, great play there. That's going to get them that tier 1 in the bottom. This tier 1 in the mid basically is going to go down as well. It's 1 HP away. So CFU will shift things over to go ahead and grab this buff. We haven't seen Detective be able to do too much just yet. And maybe they're just at a position where it's like, we got to catch up here because, you know, nothing too crazy, but especially in the XP lane, like you said, with this Dairoth pick having a lead against the Uranus, I think this is just a difficult lane for Wadu to even be in. So once the Uranus is shut down like this, like where do you go from there?
Yeah, well, technically the Uranus isn't shut down. It's just not as fast as Cram, who currently is able to apply a lot of pressure, but he's ultra sustainable, right? When I say ultra sustainable, there just isn't enough burst damage from the side of CFU unless they bring OP into the mix. Without OP, it's tough.
Okay, we'll see. They're going to be forced off. That's going to be 3 for 3 for the Turtles here. So even as tanky as Wadu should be, look at the brunt of the damage he's just forced with. They'll throw a couple ultimates at him, and he has to pop the Consecrate to be okay. So they still hold on, but losing another objective, and all this leading to basically losing more grounds economically to SRG.
Right now, CFU, without all of their item power spikes, taking prolonged fights against SRG is really tough because their base damages are significantly better, right?
Yeah.
Cram in particular is ultra sustainable, especially if he's hitting multiple people with his 3rd hit. Now we look at the items, right? Okay, so they skipped on T2 boots, which is probably why we're seeing Innocent survive so long in lane, on top of the War Axe, on top of the Queen's Wings to make sure that he's really, really sustainable. But it's all about those flickers, right? How many I'm Offended can he actually land? And the longer this game actually drags out, the better it is for CFU Gaming, because then it kind of narrows down the approach of who should we attack, because Cram will start to fall off, and then Skies becomes a bigger priority.
We'll see them trying to hold on to this. Again, they're just going to clear things out, and buying time would be great. Zing does have that Sky Piercer now too. Detective picks up the Brute Force, so he's got the couple items we've talked about a lot about the Lancelots. For now, it just seems like he's going to go ahead and play the macro game, push some of these lanes in, see if he can get some extra damage on these turrets. But ultimately, he also doesn't want to get caught out because he could be in a tough situation against someone like a Dairoth if he has to go against it, or the amount of crowd control can be overlapped on each other to even catch a Lancelot. So he has to go ahead and respect that. You're 30 seconds away from this Lord. We haven't seen them really have a favorable fight for the Turtles, so I don't know, are we thinking CFU Gaming is in a position to actually contest the Lord?
Maybe. I think right now Sing is pretty strong. With that, with the Malefic Roar, he should be able to cut through anybody who has an antique cuirass. However, there's not a lot of armor being stacked up from the side of SRG. The only person he can really find value with that Malefic Roar is probably just Cram.
Yeah.
But even then, that's assuming Cram is by himself and he's not in melee range of CFU. I think right now, CFU Gaming need to make sure that both OP and as well as Zing are in favorable spots, because if they die out first and the fight goes longer than like closer to a minute, SRG will eventually overtake them.
Okay, a couple items picked up for them. They're going to be zoned here, though, too. They got to respect this crowd control.
Oh, it got canceled.
Already, yeah, got canceled. There's a Tsunami Slam again. They'll be able to find Boxy. Boxy in trouble. Survives a little bit longer, but the Lord already secured by SRG, and now it's a mega kill for Cram. They're looking for Wadu. The flicker forward. The cleanup from Stormy. Meanwhile, Detective's like, I want my purple buff. After everyone goes down, I don't know if he's going to get a chance to get it as Innocent jumps on in and pulls him in. Innocent's offended.
Oh my goodness, these games are nasty. Even our bystanders here, part of the team, they're all they're surprised. Innocent is like, man, this marksman player, what is up with his flicker? I'm offended. Now, this fight, you can see that Cram immediately is targeting that backline. This is the big problem I am seeing from CFU. Yes, you are getting Boxy to engage on these fronts, but you're not taking the neutral objectives anyway. So why don't you just peel? Just keep on peeling.
Yeah.
Keep your two cores who are able to apply a lot of damage against the front line of Selangor Red Giants, because in these prolonged fights, unless Selangor Red Giants are in your face, in melee range, that's how they sustain.
It's going to be, again, they still got the shields, but I think they're forced to fight anyway. Tsunami Slam's going to be able to find Wadu. Yumes does go down. They're held off for now. It's a trade, though. The 1-for-1. They'll clear out the Lord. They lost the shield, but CFU Gaming will still stay in it. They find themselves 8,000 gold behind now. Do they have enough to bring it back into this? This is a big deficit. We've seen it before, though. And again, they're going to have to just find themselves a favorable pickoff, maybe fight, but they got a lot of grounds to cover here.
Right now, OP, he's scaling. Once he gets that third item, he's going to be an absolute menace here. It's going to be such a problem. Same goes for Detective when he gets that endless battle, because then his burst is going to be just enough to take on the squishies from the side of SRG OG Esports. Now, if we take into consideration what happened into that last pickoff, right? We see Yumes, he grabs over Wadu. Wadu ends up dying, but OP is able to get major. Oh, no.
They're going to force it anyway. For the purple buff, does he actually commit to this? He jumps on in. Cram has the immortality. Does the team follow through? No, that's a big shutdown, though. Going in the hands here of Detective.
Big mistake, and now CFU is on the chase.
Oh, Innocent's in trouble, gets caught into the wall. Goes with I'm offended, though, but has enough regen to stay alive amidst it all. A Tsunami Slam into the turret, and Detective, is he going to burn on down? The Traceless to pick it up. A double for Stormy. And just when you thought CFU could turn things around, SRG says no.
Oh my goodness, really nicely played. Cram, yes, I agree, he made the initial mistake. Detective and Wadu tried their best to try to turn this around, but they forgot Yuum still has his, oh my god!
Oh, they're gonna force it anyway, they want to end the game if they can. Mid-turret gonna be worked on, OP 1 HP, but they got a Canyon Minion, they'll push in this bottom wave. Sing is back up. And SRG looks like they might just go ahead and disengage from this. They got the Lord coming up in 10.
Beautiful stuff coming out from SRG. Now they're setting up for that checkmate angle. They find the retort against CFU Gaming. They're back in this debate, and more importantly, with a 9K lead, it is obvious that Sakai's damage is through the roof, and CFU must take him out first. Cram is manageable now, but they must play with their poke. They need to poke. That's what their whole comp is all about. Yes, you have sustain, but you can only do it if there's a wave in front of you. If you are in melee range, there's a lot of conditions for SRG to check off the checklist to make it happen. But CFU, if they just, you know, tickle their toes a little bit, it will eventually cost a finger for SRG.
Man, still, I think after that last fight in the mid lane, you're almost like hesitant to even go forward and follow Boxy, because it's like, if Innocent's the target, he's just going to heal back up here. And so we see this Conceal going to be used. They go for the target. Wadu in trouble, jumps on in, pops the Consecrate, plays around the Lord. There's the setup, though. Boxy could be in trouble now, too. Detective trying to help, but Stormy already picks up the kill. Defensive flicker, still going forward. A slam on down on Detective as he falls. Wadu in trouble, but that's going to be game one already for SRG OG Esports.
Really amazing game coming in from SRG's side. Like,